quantum entanglement and starseed activation, are we all energy linked? What if Einstein's description of spooky action at a distance, a phenomenon observed at the most fundamental levels of reality, wasn't just an abstract concept for physicists, but held a profound key to understanding your deepest sense of belonging, your cosmic connections, and perhaps even your soul's galactic origins? For over a century, science has grappled with the utterly perplexing nature of quantum entanglement, a principle so bizarre it challenged the very fabric of space and time as we understand it. When two particles become quantumly entangled, they are linked in such a way that they seem to share a destiny, instantaneously influencing each other's state, regardless of the vast, even cosmic distances that may separate them. This defies our everyday experience and classical intuition. In parallel, spiritual traditions and modern spiritual philosophies, particularly those involving the concept of starseeds, speak of profound non-local connections, a universal energy field, a collective consciousness shared by all beings, energetic links spanning light years, and an inexplicable sense of resonance and belonging to a cosmic family, to souls perhaps originating far beyond Earth. This video delves into the fascinating parallels, the mind-bending implications, and the questions that inevitably arise when we peer into the most baffling aspects of quantum physics and reflect upon them through the lens of spiritual interconnectedness, exploring whether these two seemingly disparate domains might be pointing towards a shared underlying truth about the nature of reality and our place within a truly interwoven cosmos. The spooky science of entanglement in greater detail. The story of quantum entanglement is one of scientific bewilderment and persistent experimental verification. It began primarily with the foundational work of quantum mechanics pioneers like Niels Bohr and Albert Einstein, though it was John Stuart Bell's theorem in the 1960s that provided a way to experimentally test the concept. Einstein, along with Boris Podolsky and Nathan Rosen, devised a thought experiment, the EPR paradox, to highlight what they saw as a disturbing consequence of quantum theory, this spooky action at a distance, which seemed to suggest information could travel faster than light, violating his theory of relativity. He believed this indicated that quantum mechanics was incomplete, arguing there must be hidden variables determining the particle's states locally. However, experiments conducted over decades, starting notably with Alain Aspect's work in the 1980s and continuing with increasingly sophisticated setups today, have consistently demonstrated that entanglement is real and that there are no such local hidden variables. When two particles, perhaps photons or electrons, become entangled through interaction, their fates are linked. If you measure the spin of one entangled electron to be up along a certain axis, you instantaneously know the spin of the other entangled electron will be down along the same axis, no matter the physical separation. This correlation is stronger than could ever be explained by any classical influence or predetermined properties the particles possessed from the moment they were separated. It implies a shared reality between the particles that transcends the limitations of space and time as we conventionally perceive them. The measurement on one seems to collapse the shared quantum state instantaneously for both. This non-locality, the idea that a change here instantly affects something there without anything traveling in between, remains one of the most profound and challenging aspects of quantum mechanics, suggesting that at the quantum level, the universe is fundamentally non-separable and interconnected in ways we are still struggling to fully grasp. It's like having two specially linked coins. Flip one and it lands heads, and you instantly know the other, miles away, has landed tails every single time in a pattern that pure chance or prior arrangement cannot explain. The starseed web of connection and collective consciousness. Moving from the microscopic world of quantum mechanics to the vast landscape of spiritual philosophy, we encounter concepts of interconnectedness that resonate profoundly with the non-local nature of entanglement. Within various spiritual traditions, and particularly in the framework of starseeds, there exists the strong belief in a universal web of energy or consciousness that connects all things. The starseed concept specifically posits that certain individuals feel a deep, often unexplainable connection to specific star systems, not just an intellectual interest, but a soulful resonance, a feeling of having originated from or having a significant connection to places like the Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda, or others. This connection manifests not through physical travel, but through intuitive knowing, empathic resonance with others from similar perceived origins, shared feelings of purpose or mission on Earth, and a sense of being part of a larger cosmic family or soul group spread across the galaxy. Beyond the individual starseed connection to specific origins, there is the broader spiritual concept of collective consciousness. This idea, explored by thinkers from Carl Jung's collective unconscious to modern New Age philosophies, suggests that consciousness is not solely an individual phenomenon confined within our brains, but is also a shared field, a universal mind, or an energetic matrix in which all individual consciousness participates. Our thoughts, emotions, and experiences might ripple through this field, influencing others in ways we don't consciously perceive. Starseed connections are often described as operating within this collective field, a form of telepathic or empathic communication that doesn't require physical proximity, a recognition of kindred energies across distances, or a simultaneous activation or knowing occurring within a group linked on a soul level, regardless of their physical location on the planet or even across space. This spiritual perspective paints a picture of a cosmos that is not empty and disconnected, but vibrant with energy and awareness, fundamentally linked at a level below the physical. Bridging the quantum and the cosmic, exploring the metaphorical and beyond. Now, it is crucial to state clearly that current scientific understanding does not offer empirical proof that quantum entanglement directly causes spiritual connections, starseed origins, or collective consciousness in the way these are described spiritually. One is a phenomenon observed and measured in physics experiments dealing with particles and their properties. The others are subjective experiences, beliefs, and philosophical models about the nature of consciousness and reality. However, the power of drawing an analogy between them lies in how quantum entanglement expands our scientific imagination. For centuries, classical Newtonian physics described a universe like a giant clockwork mechanism, predictable, separate, and local, where influences travel only through direct contact or fields propagating through space at finite speeds. In such a universe, the idea of instantaneous non-local connections between distant conscious beings seems utterly impossible, purely fantasy. But quantum entanglement shatters that classical picture. It demonstrates that at the foundational level, reality is non-local, that things can be mysteriously and instantaneously linked across space. While the mechanism of entanglement applies to quantum states of particles, its existence proves that non-local correlation is a genuine feature of the universe. This opens up the possibility, even if only metaphorically at first, that consciousness or energy could also possess non-local properties, operating outside the strict confines of space and time as we experience them macroscopically. Could the same universe that allows entangled particles to influence each other instantaneously also allow for a form of entangled consciousness, where souls or energies separated by vast distances remain fundamentally linked? Exploring this bridge allows us to use the scientifically verified strangeness of quantum mechanics to lend a degree of plausibility, not proof, but conceptual possibility, to the spiritually perceived interconnectedness of the cosmos. It provides a scientific language and framework that resonates with the intuitive feeling of being part of something much larger and more deeply connected than our individual physical bodies suggest. Perhaps the challenge for both science and spirituality is to understand this underlying principle of interconnectedness, whether it manifests as quantum correlation in physics or as empathic resonance and collective awareness in consciousness. They might be different facets of the same ultimate reality, a universe where nothing truly exists in isolation and where the connections that bind us to each other and to the cosmos are far more profound and mysterious than we have yet fully discovered. It invites us to look at the universe and our place within it with a renewed sense of wonder, seeing potential echoes of the cosmic web in the smallest particles and sensing the intricate dance of entanglement playing out across the vastness of space and perhaps within the very fabric of our own consciousness. And so, as we stand at the crossroads of cutting-edge physics and ancient spiritual wisdom, the idea of entanglement serves as a powerful metaphor, a scientific echo for the spiritual truth of cosmic interconnectedness. It challenges our conventional separate view of reality and opens the door to a universe where perhaps the links between distant points in space and consciousness are more profound and instantaneous than we've ever dared to imagine. Whether through the measured correlations of quantum particles or the felt sense of belonging to a cosmic family, the universe seems to be whispering a consistent message. Everything is connected. Exploring these parallels doesn't just expand our understanding of the cosmos, it invites us to look inward and outward with a renewed sense of wonder, contemplating the intricate, perhaps entangled web of which we are all a part. Reaching from the subatomic realm all the way to the distant stars, some feel calling them home. If you found this journey into the mysterious links between quantum physics and cosmic consciousness as fascinating as I did, please give this video a like. What are your thoughts on entanglement and interconnectedness? Do you feel these cosmic links? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to continue exploring the incredible ways science and spirituality intersect to reveal the true nature of reality, be sure to subscribe to Starseed Meets Science and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future explorations. Thank you for joining me on this cosmic inquiry.